Namaskar. Welcome to NCERT's live and official channel. My name is Amit and we are doing this series called Transformational Teaching for the past couple of weeks. You're watching us on PME Vidya channel 6 to 12 as also on NCERT's official YouTube channel and NCERT PME Vidya channel 6 to 12. You can post your comments in this interactive session in the YouTube channel as well as call us on 8800-440-559. So like I said, we are doing this series called Transformational Teaching and we'll cover different classes. Currently we are dealing with class 6 and joining us today is Professor Sharbari Banerjee from NCERT DEAA. Namaskar ma'am. So thank you very much for joining us ma'am. And we'll be discussing the book Kriti-1, which is for class 6, of which you are the coordinator, and this book came out last year.
Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Amit RANJAN, and I'm extremely grateful to PM Vidya channel to help me connect to all the stakeholders of class 6. Kriti, the name itself is, talks of creation, and it is meant for all class 6 children. And this is the first time, the happiest part is this is the first time art education is a compulsory curricular area.
That's wonderful. So it's part of the curriculum now. It's not an extracurricular subject like it used to be.
You have heard, activities, SUPW, so many,
right.
Terminologies we have given to arts education. But this is the time, we really understand the national education policy, and then of course subsequently the national curriculum framework for school education has helped us understand, and NCERT has also done a lot of research all these years to help everybody understand the importance of arts.
Right. So now it will be a curricular area right
Yes.
from class 3 to 12.
Yes.
And which makes it an amazing move to integrate arts into pedagogy, which was only talked about till now.
Yeah.
But now it will be really integrated.
Yes,
So,
and arts is something which is connected to all curricular areas.
Right.
Because in NEP you will see arts integrated pedagogy. So it has cross-curricular boundaries. So when we think of arts, we think of Sahitya, literature. When we talk of arts, we think of science. The very anatomy of the body, how movement which transforms to dance is all about the anatomy of your body.
Right.
That is all biology.
So let's break it down, ma'am.
Yeah.
What art is a very broad subject and a very
Perspective,
broad
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
So to introduce it to young students, how would you make them understand what art is and what the journey would be like through their school years?
सबसे पहले ना मैं कृति का कवर सबको दिखाना चाहूँगी. This is the cover of the Kriti, and you will see a child with movement, a person singing and a person listening to music, the bird chirping, the trees, and the musical instruments. Then there are masks, facial expressions, and there is someone sitting and standing in nature and painting. So that is the beauty of arts. It shows कलाएं जो हैं हमारे सर्वांगीण है, हर जगह समावेश है. चाहे वो प्रकृति हो, चाहे हम कुछ कविताएं पढ़ें या हम कुछ कलाकृति बनाएं, तो कलाएं जो है हर चीज़ में समाहित है. तो ये सबसे बड़ी बात है. और क्लास 6 का जब हम देख रहे हैं तो वी विल सी दैट there is a very beautiful our ancient texts,
right,
the Indian knowledge system, they are always telling us beautiful things, और हम जितना गहरा हम उसमें डूबते जा रहे हैं हमको समझ में आ रहा है. तो एक अभिनय दर्पण में नंदिकेश्वर जी ने एक बहुत सुंदर शब्द लिखे हैं. आंगिकम भुवनम यस्य वाचिकम सर्व वांग्यम आहार्य चंद्र तारादि तम वंदे सात्विकम शिवम. Where the physical body is the universe, speech or song is the essence of all sounds. ornamentation is like the moon and stars which decorate the earth. And so I bow down to that supreme divinity. Now here, when we talk of Angik, कलाओं में सोचिए आंगिक, physical performance, movement,
embodied performance,
action, expression, that is all Angik.
Right.
Vachik, जो हम शब्द बोल रहे हैं, speech, the dialogues in theatre, you know, or the lyrics of the songs, they are all Vachik. Aharya, हम हर रोज जो अपने वस्त्र पहनते हैं, you know, we always like to wear this type of design, and in dance also, in theatre also, in a musical performance also, you will see that aharya, costumes, jewelry, sculpture and painting. These are all part of the, our living. And sattvic. Whatever you might do in arts, the most important thing is that you will have a deep spiritual, and emotional experience through arts. जैसे हम संगीत गाते हैं, हाँ, हमने जैसे सुबह हम कोई मंत्र उच्चारण कर रहे हैं, स्कूल्स में जाते हैं, हम कहीं भी अच्छी जगह कोई कार्यक्रम आरंभ होता है तो हम मंत्र बोलते हैं और उसको हम सुर में बोलते हैं. तो उसमें क्या होता है? स्वर, लय, शब्द. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. That spiritual being, नाद, जो आपके अंतः एक स्वर है, वो एकदम उजागर होके जब हम संगीत से उसको एक एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, it becomes, the first thing that we do in the morning. And this is what we do in all our schools. We want you children and teachers, whoever is watching, to understand it. It is such an important part of your whole being. So let's remember, Angik, Vachik, Aharya, Sattvic, that is what makes arts, and that is what the whole eternal being is all about.
You sing very well, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And also you told us that art is not something that is external to us. हमारे बाहर की चीज़ नहीं है कि कोई कलाकृति आप कर रहे हैं, कोई अलग सी चीज़ नहीं है, बल्कि embodied है. ये हमारे जीवन का बहुत अभिन्न अंग है. So आगे बढ़ते हुए मैम इस पुस्तक की चर्चा करते हैं. 4 भागों में विभाजित है ये. And it covers 4 important areas of art, which is visual arts, music, dance and theatre. So if you could tell us a little bit.
और उसके साथ ये है कि integration है ना, एक है integration of all the art forms. Like you cannot have music without literature. Similarly, you cannot have
dance without music.
You cannot have dance without music, you cannot have theatre without dialogues, and you cannot have visual arts with, people all around, the society people, what they are doing, what we see in nature. So this integration part is very important. And another thing, as now it has been introduced as a curricular area, assessment. How you do the assessment part, that is very important to everybody. I would really like to say it in the very beginning.
Right.
आपको पेंटिंग नहीं आती है, आपको म्यूज़िक सुर में गाना नहीं आता है, आपको डांस में आप मूवमेंट ठीक से नहीं कर रहे हैं, थिएटर में आप डायलॉग्स नहीं अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, that is not the purpose of arts education. The purpose of arts education is to let you know what, it is, what is all around. Like in society, we celebrate so many festivals, we have so many rituals, we dress up in a proper way. There are people in society who are serving us in different ways, and there are also the critical analysis of people who are doing so many things. So all that is a part of arts. The critical analysis, the observation, the skills of expression from your within. So that is what art education is all about. And as I proceed.
So ma'am, given that you said all this, how then would we change the assessment patterns? What is the assessment pattern that you would recommend?
Yes, the assessment pattern, I will take it subject wise, that way it will help the others to understand. So let us first take you to the slide where we are doing visual art. Now visual art, what does it really want us to do? It is sharpening each student's observation through a variety of drawing exercises.
Right.
And most important is, nobody in the class should be left out. It should be engaging. every child can be involved in the arts.
Like
then it is
teamwork
group,
as well.
it is also group work. We really want everybody to do group work, so that when the engagement is there. Suppose there are 40 classes, teachers might complain, we have a class of 60 people, how to engage them? So we can make groups of those children and we start doing these activities. Then introducing different techniques. Now what we really want students is, let them explore themselves, celebrate, study about the various art practices that are conventionally there in our tradition and in our society, in our country. One aspect definitely we all realize that our country is very rich culturally, और हम देखते हैं कि हमारे समाज में इतनी तरह की कलाएं हैं. और सबसे बड़ी बात है, वी ऑल नो हमारे इतने स्टेट्स हैं, 36 स्टेट्स एंड यूटीज़, यूनियन टेरिटरीज, और सबसे जो आश्चर्यजनक बात है कि एवरी स्टेट हैज़ अ ब्यूटीफुल एंड डिफरेंट आर्ट फॉर्म. दैट्स वाई वी ऑलवेज से यूनिटी इन डाइवर्सिटी, एंड वी से कि हिंद देश के निवासी सभी जन एक हैं, हाँ, लेकिन रंग रूप वेश भाषा चाहे अनेक हैं. So that is a very beautiful thing which we have in our society. And now I'll just let you know what all we have given in visual arts या दृश्य कला, objects and still life. जो लोग ड्राइंग एंड पेंटिंग जानते हैं वो कितने तरह के ऑब्जेक्ट्स हमारे तरह होते हैं. हमारा जो पॉटर है, पॉटरी बनाता है, वो एक ऑब्जेक्ट है. एंड हम देखते हैं कि जब वो उसको बनाते हैं तब उसको 3 डायमेंशनल का हमको एक एस्पेक्ट आता है, द शेप ऑफ द होल थिंग. सो अ पॉटर, दैट इंक्लूसिविटी शुड कम. एक बच्चों के सामने बोलेंगे कि देखिए ये कितना सुंदर डिज़ाइन बनाते हैं या कितनी सुंदर आकृति बनाते हैं, लुक एट द रेशियो, लुक एट द प्रोपोर्शन. दैट इंक्लूसिविटी इज व्हाट वी रियली वांट टू डू इन विजुअल आर्ट्स. We want
raises respect for all kinds of
yes,
work,
all kinds of people,
as well as this is art integrated learning, that they also get keen about the mathematics of it, the geometry of it.
Yes, that's what NEP says, art integrated learning, art integrated pedagogy. So when we teach them about ratio and proportion through a pot, while they are making it, the children quickly learn it. I'll give you a very quick example of visual arts. What happened long time back, I am there in our RIE Ajmer. I invited some craftsperson of bamboo from Assam, and they did such beautiful things with bamboo and cane. That is the speciality of that state. So similarly, you will see people making baskets. You will see people making so many things out of waste also. So that is the beauty of our country. So let us have objects and still life, and you will see that you will be able to involve so many people. Then nature walk, field trips. That's very important. Let not the children always be in the classrooms. A school should always try to understand that when we move outside, when we see different people, जब हम कितने तरह के लोगों से मिलते हैं, हम अपने बच्चों को प्रोत्साहित करते हैं कि ऐसे लोगों से मिलिए, तो आप देखते हैं कि आपके जो अनुभव होते हैं वो एकदम अलग ही होते हैं. So field trips are very important. Take them to visit a farmer, how he is sowing the seeds. That also can be a part of your visual art. Then how when the sapling grows to a tree, how it is so important that वो एक किसान को भी खुशी होती है और एक बच्चे को आप दिखाएंगे वो भी खुशी होती है. So making natural colors, we have seen that from vegetable, from flowers, from stones, we make different types of colors, and that is that which helps in creating artwork. And you will see in many parts of our India, राजस्थान चले जाएंगे, बंगाल चले जाएंगे, वो natural dye colors से, natural चीज़ों से कितने सारा कुछ बनाते हैं. Also use of different surfaces and materials. Cloth पे कुछ है, stone पर कुछ है, हाँ, उसके बाद wood पर कुछ है. तो ऐसे आप जब आर्ट फॉर्म्स को आप विभिन्न सर्फेसेस पे बनाएंगे तो आप देखेंगे कि कलाकृति अलग ही रूप ले रही है. आप देखते हैं कि हमारे भीमबेटका caves, we know that the cave paintings are around 10,000 years old. But what do we learn? That there was agricultural practice, there was horse riding. So these surfaces are also very important. Then the portraits of people, such important people we have, people, children of this generation may not have seen Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, but the portrait itself, or the Mahatma Gandhi, the portrait itself inspires them. And inspiration from nature. If you don't show them the nature, the flowers, the trees, the trunk of a tree, the bird chirping, the bamboo tree, the children are really missing it out. And when they see it and they utilize it, even from a twig, even from a branch of a tree, they can make such beautiful art forms. So this is all what we have given in visual art. Then there are, of course, paper craft, the folding of paper and all. It's a beautiful art form. So everywhere you will see, creativity, and everywhere you will see that the aesthetic sensibilities have to be, enriched, where children will not copy, but they will make on their own. Clothes, the traditional, clothes which people wear, from where does the cloth come? The weaver who weaves your clothes. So that is such an important part of visual arts. So this is what we have tried to give it in the visual arts section.
And the activities for students and all these.
But these are the topics, and according to that, I ask my teachers, I ask my children, you try to make your own activities. The activities which are given in the book, they are examples. And when I come to the assessment part, from these activities itself, the teacher can assess how creative the child is, how beautifully a child can draw a portrait, what are the beautiful type of line drawings, and how the child observes. So all these are part of your assessment. So make your rubrics and try to assess and give the child a picture of the inner quality which the child has. That is what art is all about. Your talent which is within, when you express with art and it is so spontaneous and engaging, you immediately, the teacher is able to understand what type of talent a person or a child has. So, when you explore that talent in the child and the talent is explored further, what happens is the child lives with the talent throughout their lives. So that is the beauty of art. So next is music. Everybody loves music, and what is music about? लोरी गाते हैं, हाँ, वो भी एक that is music. Your grandmothers, humming a lullaby, your mother, or you hum to yourself. हम ऐसे बहुत कुछ करते हैं. बहुत अच्छा गाना सुना और हमने एकदम से स्वाभाविक तरह से we start humming.
Music is one of the oldest forms of expression.
हाँ, of course we see कि
until print technology came, everything was sung.
Everything was sung, सब लोग श्रुति आधार था, और उसको सुनकर सांगीतिक जो हमारे हम जानते हैं कि वैदिक काल से ही संगीत एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट और परंपरागत ट्रेडिशनल एक आर्ट फॉर्म थी, जो वैदिक युग में मंत्र उच्चारण के समय भी हम उसका उपयोग करते थे.
Still used to remember the mantras from Ved, in the way it's remembered.
Yes. Yeah. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. आज भी हम ये श्लोक सुनते हैं, और जब हम उसको गाते हैं तो उसकी एक बात ही अलग होती है.
Handed down for thousands of years through this incantation, through this beautiful chant.
The buzzing of the bee, the birds chirping, raindrops falling on your windowsill. So all those sounds have been captured in music, and we have got the 7 notes. सा रे गा मा पा धा नी सा सा नी धा पा मा गा रे सा. ये स्वर आए ही प्रकृति की देन है, प्रकृति से हमने लिया है. हमने मोर की आवाज़ सुन ली, और हमने किसी पक्षी की एक चहचहाट सुन ली, तो हमने उसको संगीत में परिवर्तित किया, और हमने अपने उसको गले से उतारा या वाद्य यंत्रों से. Music has, the voice and of course the musical instruments. So let us really embark on this journey. And और ये भी पता है कि हम लोग आजकल किसी भी सेरेमनी में म्यूज़िक आइदर पीछे बजता है, नहीं तो म्यूज़िक से हम लोग आरंभ करते हैं. संगीत एक ऐसी चीज़ है कि उसके बिना भारतवर्ष के लोग नहीं जी सकते, और भारत में अनोखे एवं विचित्र एवं कैसे भी सर्कमस्टांसेस हो, संगीत होता ही है. हम कहते हैं कि जन्म से लेकर जब तक इंसान चले नहीं जाते इस पृथ्वी से, संगीत उसका साथ होता है। तो हम देखते हैं कि
Ma'am, we have a paucity of time. We just have 5 more minutes, so if we could move on to dance and theatre quickly.
yes,
as
I'll
well.
just quickly go through music and I'll connect it to dance.
Sure.
Music has emotion. Then it is a variety of folk music and dances. Then we have film music, we have devotional music, we have folk music in different regions. So this is my earnest request to everybody. Just note the type of words that are there in folk music. Try to understand them and you will know your society, the people, everyone. And just note the words, the tune of the music that is there in the advertisements, and you will know the product. So music has this capacity, you know. Similarly, in dance also it's the same. So dance is also all about expressions, but it is non-verbal. Now music is verbal and dance is non-verbal. You do actions, you do different kinds of movement with your body, but it is all connected to your emotion. So नवरस जो हमारे नाट्य शास्त्र में सबसे पहले भरत मुनि ने बोला था, वो नवरस हम संगीत में भी देखते हैं, नृत्य में भी देखते हैं और नाट्य कलाओं में भी देखते हैं और दृश्य कलाओं में भी देखते हैं। नवरस के बिना तो हम अपरिपूर्ण हैं। तो सोचिए कि नाट्य शास्त्र का 1st to 2nd सेंचुरी एक अनुमान लगाया जाता है कि उस समय नाट्य शास्त्र लिखी गई भरत द्वारा, तो उसमें भी हमें डांस मूवमेंट का पता लगता है, संगीत का पता लगता है, नाट्य कला का पता लगता है। सो यू नो नवरस,
2000-year-old
Indian knowledge system is really rich, and also you know it has enriched all our regions. So now that we talk about dance, as we have seen that dance, we have the body movement, the forms in dance, the gestures with your hands. जैसे आपने ऐसे किया तो वो अंजलि हुई, आपने ऐसे किया तो आप किसी को फूल अर्पण कर रहे हैं। हाँ, तो हमने अपने किताब में ना बहुत सारे ऐसे हस्त मुद्राएं दी हैं, जैसे उत्संग, शिवलिंग। हाँ, उसके बाद आप देखेंगे कि गरुड़, हाँ, खट्व। आप इसको पढ़ेंगे, ये किताब पढ़ेंगे तो ये एक्शंस जरूर ट्राई आउट कीजिए। संयुक्त हस्त मुद्रा, हाँ, आप जब दोनों अपने हाथों से ये हस्त मुद्रा करेंगे तो आपको दिखेगा कि कितना अच्छा आपको अनुभव होता है और अपने हाथों से ही आप बहुत कुछ दिखा सकते हैं। Then dance has, you know, your whole anatomy of the body can be broken and you can stylize your movement. You can stand in a very beautiful posture. So all that practical thing has to be done in dance. We have just, you know, given the outline, but there will be a teacher, and if there is no teacher in dance, you can see certain videos, and of course you can follow the syllabus and carry on with your dance learning. So this is a very rich part of the textbook, where you know how you will use how there are so many costumes in dance. There is jewelry in dance, and of course we have many folk dance forms, and of course the classical dance forms. We have Bharatanatyam, Kathak, we have Manipuri dance, and so many, Odissi, then Kathakali. So all these are very important dance forms which are there and which have been given in class 6 textbook.
Ma'am, unfortunately we are out of time, so if
I'll
you could
I'll just give you the theatre part.
Okay.
And so theatre section is also, you know, it provides you to help explore and express better. Then your skill, you know, of talking, the dialogues, the technical elements in theatre, makeup, costume design, stage sets, writing, then talking to the audience with a puppet. All that is a part of theatre. So these are certain puppets which we are showing. So what is theatre? It is understanding emotions, rasa and bhav through theatre games. There are many theatre games which have been given in this textbook. Please do follow it. Script writing. Take a text from your English literature or Hindi and write a quick script and then enact it, and you will see what fun it is. The stage design, it incorporates visual arts again. Okay. And you know, theatre is one art which incorporates all the art forms. You can sing in theatre, you can move in theatre, you can make the stage set and design. So theatre is a wholesome, holistic way of
And it's
doing.
also a very good group activity.
Yes, it's a very group activity. So, integration of all art forms, it's absolutely natural in our art education.
Right.
And class 6, Kriti talks about all these things. But the most important part is, help and encourage the children to understand the Indian knowledge system, let them create on their own, and when you talk to the children, it's actually your enrichment, because they will give you new ideas. The values in arts is, talking to each other, interacting to each other, respecting each other's art, appreciating each other's arts, and also expressing in different ways. So automatically, spontaneously, you give your heart out because you enjoy arts. Joyful experience, that's a very important thing.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying never negate anything in art. You can give comments like beginning, developing, promising, proficient, or excellent. These are ways of basically motivating the child to do more.
Better.
So that is the part of arts education. Of course, we are discussing arts in every platform wherever it is possible, and this is of course a very brief thing, but when you look at the book and you see all the elements in the book, you will see that each and every art form is important, and in whichever art form you are able to get a resource person, please invite them to your schools or your institutes, and of course always be very you understand the sensitivity of a child, and the assessment part, give them the right remarks.
Right.
That's a very important thing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a very engaging discussion. I wish we had more time. We could go on and on. There's so many aspects.
Of course, again, I'm sure we'll get an opportunity to interact.
And this textbook is just a catalyst to unleash the creativity. So students go through the book and log in, tap into your own curiosities, your own urges, and be the artist that you want to be. So thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us today. And thank you, viewers, for watching us this series once again. So tomorrow we'll be back with another subject at the same time, 10 a.m. So until then, please keep watching PMA Vidya channels. Thank you very much. Namaskar.